Welcome, YouTube.
Not Facebook.
This is the Blake and Garret show.
You guys doing? It's been a little bit. Me and Blake have been a little busy on the weekends. We've been working kind of long hours.
Long hours and busy is an understatement.
Yeah, just going everywhere.
What's up, YouTube?
We're here today to talk about global warming and otherwise known as climate change. Whatever you want to go by, whatever. It's
Global warming, climate change. We got a big topic ahead of us. We got a lot to talk about. We've been balls deep in doing research on our spare time because we can't get together to do some of these sometimes. So, got a lot of stuff for you.
Do you want to start it off?
First, I want to call out anyone who doesn't believe in this. Anyone who doesn't believe in global warming, climate change, I want to know. I want you to start commenting, because we're live, baby. So first we'll get into what is global warming, for those of you who don't know. Our globe, the Earth, is getting warmer at a rapid pace. Our averages hundreds of years ago, temperature-wise, were a lot cooler. And just in the last 100 years, specifically the last decade or two, it's been getting really bad. And the temperature is immensely rising.
Not only just temperature, the amount of rainfall per year, the intensity of storms that we do get are stronger. So as in like hurricanes over the years.
Obviously, if the temperature is rising, ocean temperatures are rising. Glaciers, ice caps, Antarctica is fucking melting.
Yeah,
I mean, our sea levels are rising.
There is a study showing that, I wrote it down. I forgot the exact number. Fuck. But,
anyways, Antarctica's doing...
we lose around 30 billion tons of ice shelf a year. But they're saying we gain 112 billion tons a year. That's what the scientists said.
But it doesn't change the fact that these pictures that are being taken of ice caps that used to be there,
like from space, like over time.
They're not there anymore. I mean, the ice that is covering the planet is immensely decreasing. They say, on average, I know this isn't going to sound like much, but by 2100, the year 2100, so what is that, 80 years from now?
Yep.
The planet is going to be 8 degrees warmer everywhere on average all the time. 8 degrees warmer than it normally is. So anywhere that it gets 110 degrees, you're going to start seeing 118 degrees. Things that can definitely kill you if you are a fragile being. But they say that the human body is going to adapt to this and we won't have a problem with it. But it does kind of force the fact that what if all the ice melts? New York's gone. California's gone. Florida's gone.
I'd say anything under 3,000 feet of sea level will probably be gone.
They're saying the whole reason global warming is happening, and it's retarded if you don't believe it, because the biggest factors are carbon pollution, the burning of fossil fuels, gases, diesel, anything. What is lithium that makes electric cars, their batteries. You need lithium.
Can't you find lithium in the ground though?
You can, but you still gotta mine it out and the pollution that sends up into the air is insane. And we're destroying forests at an insane pace. Insanely pace. We're killing forests, just wiping out trees that turn our carbon dioxide back into oxygen.
I know that some tree forest companies are doing this thing now. I know not all of them are doing it, but for every tree they cut down, they plant a seed of another tree. Which would be very good, but maybe if you could do it times 10.
Yeah, but how fast does it take for a tree to grow?
Depending on the tree, average of 25 to 30 years.
It's a long fucking time. So they're cutting down these huge forests, and yes, they're probably dropping enough seeds for that forest to grow back one day, but it ain't gonna be anytime soon.
You'll see maybe a little 6-foot row in the next 4 years, but that's about it of trees.
They said that the cost of climate disaster events doubled from 2011 and 2015.
Is that counting hurricanes or like...
That is counting...
Wildfires,
tornadoes, hurricanes, tsunamis,
just all...
volcanoes.
Anything kind of...
They're saying that disasters that they feel like have to do with the climate.
We have no control over almost.
Well, they're just saying that from 1980 to 1915, average is 5.2.
Is that big storms? Is that big events per year? 5.2 like events give me a year.
If you look at the 1980 to 2015 average, the scale has doubled just between 2011 and 2015. And I mean, so the main thing here is when climate change happens and global warming happens, it makes every climate worse. So wet places get wetter and dry places get drier.
So we could talk a little more recent, say last year, on this kind of same thing with all the hurricanes we had last year. All right, so to have one EF5 in a year is kind of rare. It usually happens every couple of years. All right, to have 2 consecutive EF5s roaming at the same time in the ocean is just like miraculous.
Yeah.
And then
you would be a fool to not say that last year was the worst weather we have seen in our lifetimes.
Not only that, they count large storm as EF3 and above with hurricanes, large ones. There was 4 hurricanes over EF3 within a month and a half time period in that area, all taking the same exact path.
Yeah.
The number almost times by, I think, 5 for the year of Jurassic, like just hurricanes, not even counting tornadoes. We don't even really need to get into that because I don't even remember how many tornadoes touched down last year. It was some stupid amount because, like Texas, dude, you can't even like go with the tornado count because Texas, it's so far out and spanned in some parts of Oklahoma as well that they don't even record most of the tornadoes that are out there.
Yeah, that's no joke.
Because that doesn't touch anything.
I mean, you might be able to...
They normally don't record a tornado unless it's big enough to destroy something.
Yeah.
And some of them could be an EF3 just floating around out in the desert. Just because some hot and cold air came through.
Yep.
But
I guarantee we don't catch every tornado or climate happening that occurs all over the place.
And this is just in the United States. There was also hurricanes on the east coast of the world, saying Japan, Asia, horrible earthquakes in India, and what was there one in Korea? Wasn't there one further up north in China? Either last year or the year before that, really bad earthquake.
Oh yeah.
I forgot which earthquake that was.
Yeah, an earthquake just happened in Mexico too. There's earthquakes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's another one on the list of those climate disaster events.
A lot of people are saying that ever since, especially some of the older people here that I've talked to, say like my girlfriend's mom, she's saying ever since they started fracking around like in the area, everything's been cracking. All the ground used to not be as cracked as bad as it used to be, which I was saying is probably kind of the heat as well. But she was saying it wasn't nowhere near as bad. Like everything's cracking out here on the fucking plains, and I was like, okay, if there could be a reason.
Oh yeah, desert is moving this way.
Well, I live in the desert already, so
yeah, the desert's moving.
It's nice
to the
and
Rocky
luscious.
Mountains. It's crazy how that's
40 minutes that way in the mountains. It's nice and luscious, and then you go like an hour out, and it's just desert, and it's like, whoa. I didn't know we get every single climate in the world out here.
So scientists are finding out that vertebrate species are disappearing at 114 times faster than they should be, which is believed to be linked to climate change. Which mainly because the animals that inhabit warm places that are warming up and getting even warmer are either going to have to evolve and adapt to it, or they're going to die. And what we're finding out now is they're just dying.
They've been finding a lot of animals in places where they haven't been.
Yep.
And places where some places it's gotten warmer, and some places it's gotten even colder.
Yep. And it's forcing these species to either adapt or die.
Yeah, and we're losing a lot of species. Not only that, we're losing a lot of species going back with deforestation.
Yep.
We're losing for all of from fracking.
The ozone and all the pollution.
I'm gonna blame fracking for a lot of it because of all the oil they spill in our ocean. All of not even just in our ocean, in our lakes.
The ocean is now more acidic than it's ever been. They've been testing the ocean, obviously, as long as we've had the technology and the tools to do so, and the ocean has hit a level of acidity that a lot of things can't even live, and a lot of things in the ocean are dying too. It's insanity. I mean, it's going to take a long time for the human race to get back to the way that it needs to be, to where we don't hurt our planet. Or else, I hate to say it, but Mother Nature's going to do it for us. Something serious is going to happen, and it's going to kill a lot of us. A seriously epic disaster is going to happen. Whether it's a meteor hits, or a super volcano goes off, or
Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Something could happen. If Yellowstone went off, we're done.
If Yellowstone goes off, I'm pretty sure America is going to a third world country.
Not just America, the whole world. Yellowstone has enough ash,
yeah, but I'm just, oh yeah, that ash cloud's going all the way around the world, and scientists say that ash cloud's going to cover our planet from the sun for about 2 to 3 years.
You know what that means?
Could be double. Some scientists have said double. It could be 7 years.
And that would mean almost entire extinction besides the microscopic.
That could kill, that could kill
everything.
95% of the human race. I would say even more. There's probably only 1% of the human race that's ready for something like that.
I think maybe a 10th or 100th of a percent.
And I would actually say, I don't know much about other countries doing this prepping thing, but I would say America is going to make it, because we have some insane preppers that could probably last 7 years.
if we had no sunlight, probably temperatures gonna be dropping below like -30 everywhere. So if you can't sustain, you're not gonna want to breathe in it for one, because ash is gonna cause really big problems for your breathing and long-term, longevity of your body.
But that ash cloud going around the world is going to make every plant thrive and flourish. They're gonna be loving it. Anyone who can survive, you're gonna come back to a world that is rich and full, and beautiful again.
It'd be complete restart after about 10 years of the world.
And honestly, that's what, I hate to say it, but that's what this planet needs. Because no one's paying attention. Everyone just goes about their own life every day. I'm guilty. I don't do anything to help be green.
So I feel like there's 3 questions that come to global warming. Alright, 1, do greenhouse gases exist? Yes, they've proven this.
Absolutely.
Alright, number 2, does this greenhouse gas have an effect that we'll see in our lifetime? Yes.
Absolutely.
And in ways, not as drastic as people talk.
We have to change, though.
Yeah, and then the 3rd one is there really isn't an answer to the 3rd question yet. It's what is it gonna do to our planet? And that question is still unanswered.
If we continue on the path we're going, we're gonna kill everything living on this planet. And then we're gonna run out.
Well, and they're also saying with the amount of people...
We need to start thinking like the people before us. Everyone needs to have a garden in their backyard. Or their whole backyard needs to be a garden. Instead of this, have a nice, beautiful green grass. Grass ain't gonna feed you when all the food runs out. If your garden's full of shit and you stocked vegetables your whole spring and summer and the beginning of fall, and you got vegetables, you're gonna kill it. You're gonna be able to survive all year. And if you have livestock, all you gotta do is keep them alive. They can eat all of your leftovers. It's insane. We need to get back to a rejuvenating, constantly feeding ourselves with our own creations. Instead of this, go to the supermarket and get a frozen pizza.
So, scientists are saying that the sun has actually been getting brighter over the years. But it is so slightly significant that it can't even account for any part of global warming.
No.
It's so minuscule that it's going to take...
I've heard other scientists say that the reason the planet's warming up is because the sun's getting closer. And that's true, but you can't have a study that goes back hundreds of years and then all of a sudden in the last 20 years it's going insane. The sun didn't all of a sudden start coming here faster. We're doing it. The sun is getting closer, yes. Scientists have proved that. But that has been proven in thousands of years of research in, pivot points of our solar system. But,
so how many tons do you think humans produce per year of CO2?
I know that NASA said that carbon dioxide level on Earth is dangerously high.
We add about, they say, 26 billion tons every year into the atmosphere, just on average.
See, and I bet there was a time the Earth could probably handle that.
When it was like a quarter of that? But scientists are saying that the Earth can handle like 62 per year. Some people he said, she
we're
said.
Taking all of the forests away. We're taking all of
we're taking the things away that allow the Earth to thrive in the
and change all of our CO2 back to oxygen. And right now we're creating so much CO2 that the earth can't put it back fast enough.
Okay, I have a question for you.
It is still putting it.
We're gonna go back a little further. We're gonna go back to about the 80s. What do you think the average wind speed was for a hurricane, like back in the 70s and 80s?
I would say 100 miles an hour.
I think it was about 100, like 20 to 40. And the average wind speeds for now are like 150 to 200.
Could you imagine if you got hit with a 200-mile-an-hour gust?
Everyone in Florida
lift you off your feet and throw you like a rag doll.
And all the Keys and New Guinea and all those places, they got 184 mile an hour wind.
Throw you like a rag doll.
Yeah, Irma had 184 mile an hour wind at max.
And people are saying it doesn't exist. How could you say that? I mean, there's no way.
So
there's just no way. How can all these scientists be researching the ice caps melting, the temperatures of the ocean and land rising at a rapid pace just within the last 2 decades?
Do you think the government is making our climate worse?
The government is not making it better.
Well,
I mean they have little to do with it.
Do you believe in chemtrails and making their own clouds and shit like that? Because I saw a fucking video.
I believe
recently of a fucking cloud maker. Fucking
NASA has
whatever you want to call it, and it just literally shoots out fucking water vapor, which is it's just hydrogen and oxygen, and it literally will start raining about 30 minutes later.
Yeah. You put it. They literally, NASA has built something that can put a cloud into the sky, and they make it with moisture. So when it gets up there, the sky absorbs the cloud per se, and it rains because it has nowhere else to put that moisture. Yep.
So do you
What's
believe
that
in
guy
chemtrails?
from?
So do you believe
What's
in
that guy
chemtrails?
from that show? Jeremy Clark or something like that.
From what show?
From Top Gear.
Oh yeah.
He was the one doing the
Yeah.
research on that. I saw that same video.
Yeah. But do you believe in chemtrails?
No.
Doing that?
No, I don't. I just can't. I just can't believe that our government is purposely putting chemicals into the sky to help us, supposedly to help us adapt and make it so we're immune to certain things. I don't know though.
Yeah. I don't know, cause sometimes
I know how easy it would be to go up in a plane and
let out
a virus above a huge city, a major city. I know how easy that would be.
Well, when you're just walking to the plane, they have that chute.
You could be on a passenger plane. Southwest could do it.
Yeah.
They just open a compartment that the government put on the plane. I don't know.
Compartment that the government put on the plane. But the amount of people every year brought in to this world, with the amount of space we're losing for agricultural crops, to more grazing pastures for animals, to more trees, is all decreasing at a rapid rate. And with over 7 billion people in this world, counting, everything's gonna run out here soon. And say we're already seeing overfishing in a lot of places, overhunting in a lot of places to where they have to release more wildlife.
Yeah, but we're also seeing the people that call hunting and fishing animal cruelty. What is wrong with you?
And just doing it for sport. Just going out there and shooting shit and cutting the head off.
I'm not doing that.
Mm-mm.
Neither of us do that.
No, I'm gonna go eat that fucker.
Yep.
I'm gonna eat every part of that animal, and then I'm gonna take his teeth, make a necklace out of it.
I like shooting birds.
Turkey season coming up.
Turkeys. I love shooting turkeys. I don't shoot women. The girl turkeys though, they're pretty. They make babies and stuff. Gotta keep them around.
Gotta keep the flow going.
It's crazy. It's crazy how all of this could be gone. The more we kill it, and the more we fuck with our planet.
So, I want to know exactly what facts people have who don't believe.
Yeah, let's hear your facts.
I want to hear a little bit about what you think about our topic.
Facts, I want to hear it.
Yeah, and I'll see it in the comments. My account's not linked to it, but if you type my name in the comments or whatever you want to talk to me, it's Garrett and Blake, obviously. If you're new to the channel, you know.
Yeah.
It's Garrett Blake, it's our show.
Yeah, so I did want to say that too. Bearded Topics. It's name changed.
Oh yeah, did we not introduce that to
We
it?
did.
We did? Okay.
I just want to keep introducing it.
Yeah, so that way it's legit change.
Yeah. Blake and Garrett Show. That's the new name. Bearded Topics is just it's a part of our podcasting past that you are a part of with us.
And we found out our name is something funny.
Yeah.
Well.
We'll share that in another video. We need time to come up with
something better than what it is.
We won't change the name again on you, but you know. But I did want to say though, one more thing about a couple more things about the sea levels and stuff.
Thermal expansion is the fancy word for it.
Scientists have done research, and global sea level rose about 8 inches in the last century. And just in the last 2 decades, it has nearly doubled that of the last century. So, I mean, think about that. 8 inches.
So,
if you're already at sea level, take a place like New Orleans. They're below sea level already. I'm pretty sure they're about 4 inches below sea level already. They have levees and they have walls that hold the ocean back, which is insane to me. To think that
they rely on those
you need
walls.
To make a wall instead of just moving, letting the ocean
You know what's good about
do
where
its thing.
We live in beautiful Colorado here is
No oceans.
We're high as fuck.
No
My
tides.
house sits like
6,000 feet above sea level.
like 6,500.
Yeah, that's a good part about it.
Yeah, shouldn't have to worry about too much here.
I mean, the Arctic though is melting twice as fast. I mean, they're estimating by year 2100, the ocean will be 1 to 4 feet higher in New York, LA, Miami, Mumbai, Sydney, and Rio de Janeiro. Think about that. 12 to 48 inches higher.
And that would be like...
That's getting up there.
It's a lot times.
So think about if you live in any of those places. Think about high tide. Think about high tide being 4 feet further. Not further, higher.
And you know
at high tide, it's going to be 4 feet higher.
You know what that also means? Storms being able to get further inland.
Hurricanes are going to be able to send water damn near a whole fucking state inland. You could be the second state inland from the ocean and get some flooding.
That'd be freaking crazy because that
would be nuts, dude.
That'd mean that whole state's underwater.
Exactly. That would mean the whole state was underwater.
Yeah, that'd be bad. See, I've seen some flooding. I've seen like
ice coves,
14, 15 foot wide.
Ice coves are revealing in our current. Our current warning is 10 times faster than the average rate of ice age recovery warning. So, what that means is these ice coves are gonna melt, and in an ice age, it's gonna take. So a normal ice age would take so long for all of this to recover. They're predicting right now, as it sits, the more ice coves that become bare and exposed, it's going to take the ice age 10 times longer to replenish what it needs to do. Meaning, if we ever did go into an ice age, it's going to be long because of what we have done to the ice caps with our emissions, or our fossil fuels and our terrible emissions.
Don't forget cow farts.
Definitely cow farts.
Cow farts. Yeah. There's like a whole
And
big thing.
And Nuji farts.
Yeah, Nuji farts.
Nuji farts.
Cause like,
yeah. Shout out to Nuji.
There's so many people saying like cows are like one of the top most responsibility to global warming because of their ass.
I don't know about all that.
I was like, dude, what? You said what now? I think you're lying to me. You tell me a cow fart is causing pollution?
We are, this next part I want to talk about, we are seeing the first hand of it happen in Colorado right now. Decreasing snow cover, and it's melting faster.
We have like half of what we're supposed to. Maybe,
when it gets here, it melts in
less, but
2-3 days.
Yeah, well, it's not really the snow down here. It's the snow total up in the mountains that we really got to worry about. Because if we ain't got water coming down the mountain, then...
Well, and it's the same thing with Antarctica. They're not getting any snow. When they get snow, it's melting because the temperature's warmer there. The extent of thickness of Arctic sea ice has declined rapidly over the last several decades. Greenland and Iceland equal together 281 billion metric tons per year. Okay? 13.2 per decade in annual Arctic minimum ice area. Antarctica, are you ready for this? Just Antarctica, 118 billion metric tons ice lost per year.
What study was this found on? Do you remember?
It was, I want to say it was NASA.
It's NASA.
Yeah, I did most of my research on NASA's website. 400 billion tons approximate total glacier lost per year since 1994. 400 billion tons.
That's a lot of ice.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many drinks that would cool?
How many Budweisers that would cool?
How many people it would save? But it's like, no matter what we do, we're, no, fuck that. We're starting to see a change, almost kind of in China. They're on the verge of banning fossil fuel cars, whatever you want to call it. Emission-putting cars, and all switch to electric.
Yeah, but at the same time,
The factories.
They've proven and done research that the factories that are making those batteries are sending way more pollution into the air than diesels are and shit.
That's what I was about to get at as well, is the fact that also we're going to be needing a lot more factories, because factories are going to have to switch over. There's going to be 10 times as many of those factories than what there is now.
Yeah.
And there's going to be 10 times more pollution emitting from those toxic chemicals produced by those batteries and other things.
Back to the part of the corporations losing money and stuff because of global warming.
Well,
it was about shellfish. So right here.
Let's see it.
Pacific Northwest Oysters Industries lost nearly $110 million to acidification in their shellfish.
Well, it
goes back to the high acidity in ocean.
Well,
that has never been this high before.
Let's say if you don't know what type of shellfish is, it's just a basic mussel surrounded in a hard shell. And they filter everything that comes through the ocean. So whatever's in the water.
They think that excess emissions being absorbed is a direct threat to calcium carbonate shells or skeletons, including mollusks, crabs, corals. I mean, and a mollusk is a huge, vast. A mollusk is oysters and anything that pretty much has a shell.
You've seen like side of boats, right? That have been out at sea all the time.
Oh yeah.
And they come back to clean them, and it's like, oh my god, fuck that. Like the big ass freight liners, whatever you want to call them, the ones that take the big ass cargo containers.
Fuck yeah. Those things, fuck dude. Yeah, I've watched the Deadliest Catch. That show is epic. I would not want to do that.
I heard it pays really good money though. To risk your life, technically we risk our life already as it is. We put our lives in other people's hands every day.
Yeah. In our own hands.
Well, yeah, and in our own hands. We do some sketchy stuff every day.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I'm calling you guys out.
I want to know.
Do some research about climate change. Because if you comment about this video and say something that is incorrect, we're going to hop on your ass.
So we only touching the subject.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, we're only touching the subject.
We could go a lot longer, but I want to hear some shit. So we can have a climate change
conversation
number 2.
Yeah, and so that way we get more in depth into individual topics.
Yeah. If you think we're making shit up, or you think NASA is a bunch of conspiracy theorists, and you think we're a bunch of conspiracy theorists, let us know, because we think you are.
We can talk about it. We can talk about how you think about that and what facts you can prove.
Also, on that note, like he said, our leaders and our government and the people that run the show, they're assholes. And they ain't paying no attention to this, so...
No.
I don't know what it's gonna take.
Well, they've never really cared.
Yeah,
it's never stopped, so...
I don't know what it's gonna take.
We've only been progressing, because if, you look at the past, say, 200 years, how far we've come. Mm-hmm. And 200 years. We were nothing.
We need to figure out,
600 years ago.
In our future, though, we need to figure out how we can advance in technology and advance in our future, but not ruin our fucking planet.
At the same time.
To where our ocean is too fucked up that we can't eat anything out of it. Our animals are all dying. Our main cities are all being flooded because there's no ice caps.
All I'd say...
It's all a chain reaction.
If you don't believe us, Do you believe what Stephen Hawking said? It's basically along the same lines.
You need to do some research.
Stephen Hawking put it in a good way.
Stephen Hawking put it in a great way. He said, at this rate, we can't sustain our lifestyle.
He said we need to leave this planet to let it survive.
Yep.
If we don't leave, we're going to kill it. Yep. And it could be
sooner. And that is a crazy thought.
Yeah,
because
it could be sooner. It could be sooner.
Space stations and the thought of putting something into orbit is not that far-fetched. Supposedly, call me a conspiracy theorist again, supposedly we can already inhabit Mars. We already have space stations on Mars that no one's talking about.
Well, and people be like, oh, well, I've looked all over the surface looking for shit. Don't you, like, if you go...
They found it on the surface.
Well, even if they found small things on the surface, what about the shit that they can hide? What about the shit either underground? What about the shit in caves on the surface? What about shit that they've camouflaged to the surroundings that we can't see?
Yeah.
Because even on...
Just cover everything in red.
The supposable moon landing, the video or whatever that was on there, if you look in the video, you can see some... not building, I would say it almost looks like a pyramid on the moon.
Yeah, and I was watching this other video of this guy that was looking on Mars, and he found like a whole compound with satellites and solar panels.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he's kind of like a pickup truck. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. Just the fact that we can do that. It's good though. We need to get people and find somewhere else.
Figure an alternate route on
the only thing is though, with our technology
in
our lifetime, we cannot get to where we need to go.
Well, we can.
We need more powerful engines.
Yes, I agree.
We need more powerful engines.
Always advancing
and more powerful suits that will allow us to handle that kind of power. Because I think the only thing that's holding us back is our human body.
Yeah.
Because most people...
we can't handle G-force of that magnitude.
And the only people who can handle that have trained over the past fucking decade just to handle it.
Maybe that's what it takes.
And even then, they can't handle that much more. Only like
maybe
more.
As a kid, if we develop, what if we develop like when you go to elementary school or something, you know. It's just like going to math class or something. You go to your G-force class, and they put you through some G-force tests.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, but it would prepare you for a future of being able to go to space. It would
definitely be that.
Think about that. Think about our kids being able to just. Dad, I want to go to space. All right, that's cool.
Jump on the rocket.
Yeah, let's go down to the space station real quick. Go up there for a couple years.
Yep.
Or something.
I'd be like, dude, no, we're going and not coming back.
All right, YouTube, we're getting off topic. Fuckers. Blake and Garrett show.
We needed you guys to comment. Where the fuck were you guys?
Where are you guys? We were live
for like 45 minutes, and we didn't see one comment.
All right, fine. We'll see you soon.
You guys have a good night.
Our next podcast. Shout out to Gary Vaynerchuk. You're on our next podcast. You're coming up. We're gonna do a podcast of how you've literally changed my life. I don't know how Garrett feels about you yet, but. You've inspired me to start businesses, change careers, kill it, start a podcast. Gary V, dude. All right, YouTube. It's been real. Like a Garrett show.